Now this is my MPC Live 3. As you can see, I keep it clean. I've got like a lens brush here, of course. Any smudges, I do keep it clean, like that, of course. And what's going on here is that they have actually made the best MPC ever made. And they've been making these things since 1988. And you can see from this construction that it's just absolutely perfect because there are so many buttons. These buttons are solid. Each button is pretty solid here. You just tap it lightly and you're going to get where you want to go. No need to push it down anymore. It's just really great. Not just that, the construction, this is solid plastic. I'm not a plastic guy. The early ones are all metal, but this is pretty good. It's not too bad. Of course, I can put the screen in. I do keep my screen protector on. I don't know if you do, but I do to protect the screen in case one day I may sell it. You never know. But for sure, I do have a brush for it to keep it clean and brush it off. The addition here of this touch strip is actually unique. It helps you to do more things with your MPC in a much more finer way to adjust certain levels, let's say panning, for instance. Now, why I love the construction. Now, why is it so good? I'm gonna pull this off of here. That's out of there. I see this right here? There's a well in here. Look at that, I can clean that out. If water spills, it doesn't go inside the machine. When a company thinks about that kind of thing, you got to realize they're ahead of the game. They're looking out for you in the best way possible. Also, they don't want to do much customer support. They want to make sure this is it, have fun. These buttons work all the same way. There are 60 of these buttons on here, not including the pads, right? You got that? And so there are many ways to do one thing. So you can work your own workflow out and get what you want to get out of it. Now, to start off, I'm going to go to here. I'm going to load in the new project. When I load it in, this is going to be the Trap Kit MPCE default, okay? And it's going to be F minor right there. And the pads are here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to set this up so I can hear it back through my system that I'm filming and recording on. I'm going to go to here. I'm using the USB outputs. I'll go right to there. Perfect. I'll close this out here. Now I hit a pad. Too low. I'm going to hit full level. Oh, cool. Let's close this out this level. See that? Left and right. Excellent. Awesome. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different sounds. They don't cross or collide. They start from right here, or right here, or right here, or right here. That's 4 quadrants on one pad. Great. That means a possible 64 different, and I can do even more than that. I can do 8 per pad. But in this case, that's 64 possible places, right? Now, I can also come to here. That's XY axis crossing. I cross from here, I went to the middle, and I can go right here. I go to here, cross again. That is only here on the MPC Live 3. That is such a unique feature. There are going to be so many guys trying to copycat this. It's going to be quite crazy. So watch this. I go to here. I hit the 808 here and this here. Now I'm doing something else. We now have a microphone in the middle of our MPC, right here in the Live 3. There's an icon for it right there, and a button for it, dedicated for the microphone. I come here and click this button in. You'll see internal microphone disabled. The reason why is that the internal microphone cannot be used while the internal speaker is on. So I need to go back to here, turn the speaker off. I'll press OK here, and I can turn the microphone on. And the microphone is on. I'll hit it again. Audio restored to previous setting. Hit it again. Internal microphone. Great. So what I can do, I can go to sample. Let's go to sampler. Hit that button twice, and you'll see the microphone is on here. I'm getting different size things, which is crazy, right? But no, I've got to set my microphone up to have this properly. But it's obvious I can come in here and the microphone is more balanced to the right than it is to the left. Now, if that happens when you're dealing with a microphone, you want to either press Shift Mixer, you get to this screen here, and we'll see here, this is louder than that one. I'll pull this down like that, right? I'll go right back here to my sampler again, and now it's even right here. See that? That's even. And so this internal microphone is a professional microphone, a left and a right to the microphone. And I can obviously get there other ways. I'll go back here, I'm going to press Main. I can go here to my menu button right there. Here's my input button, and I'm back in the same place. And that's for the internal microphone. As you can see, it's doing both sides here. And my gain is right here. So you can see the gain, red border, turn my data wheel, that controls the gain there. I come to here, and the gain is controlled right here. We have phono input too, if you have a phono input in there. Phono input, microphone input, turntables in there or something. I have the combo too as well. There's a combo to it. So how this works, if I had a ring tip sleeve like this right here, and I have a microphone like this plugged into it, now, as I'm talking to the microphone, you see I'm in input 1 right here with this microphone. Turn the microphone off right there, nothing. So obviously this microphone is on. Which is kind of cool. I can control the audio input of this microphone too as well. And I can unplug it. And now I'm in input 2. This is really cool. Great way to use our MPC. I'll pull this one down. I'll turn this one up. And now I can turn the input up. You also see at the bottom how many dBs we're up. This is plus 22 dB. Right here. And I can control it right here. Now I also have phantom powering on. I turn it off, it's down to there. I turn it up, still down to there, right? Phantom powering is used just in case I need to add more power to the microphone. So when I do turn it up, I will get the right amount of power to that microphone and get a better input level. They've also added this TR style drum sequencer, like a Roland TR-707 or 808-909. I come to here, it becomes a drum sequencer when I press the first button right there. If I press the second button, this is now a note sequencer. So below each one of these buttons here for the sequencer is a function that can be activated by pressing the step button in and then selecting that corresponding button, which will be right here. This will be note length and so on, as you can see all the way up to here where it's edit action, which you see it right here. So now I'm also right here in the drum sequencer. And so I'm also here in the hi-hat. That's the bass drum. And right here it's just 2 bars, all right? And these are 16th notes. That's the time correction. I'll press play start. There's 2 bars going by. If I hit right here, the first bar. I may want to just do 1 bar at a time. I'll come to here, I'll go to just 1 bar, and I see my very first bar. I'll go to here, so I'll get rid of this stuff here. I may want to change the hi-hat. This is the hi-hat now. Pad 3. Maybe want to add 2 hi-hats here. I'll leave this out of here maybe. I'll do 2 of these like this. Or get rid of them. Now currently I have 1 bar here, but this pattern's 8 bars long. So I'm gonna turn my data wheel here, and now it's 8 bars we see right here. Now if I press play, after the first bar I can go past that. That means it only sees what's in front of it. I can come to here, I'm gonna press shift. And I'm going to press follow here, right? See, follow is enabled. So now it'll follow the playhead. If I press play, you'll see the green light continue on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, measure 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. And you can see the pattern, each pattern for that section you're in. It's a great way to actually work and perfect how your drum pattern's going to work. Now, another way to work with our drum sequencer right here is I can play it back. I can go to latch, right? And so we already know this is going to be 16th notes. But I can come to here and change it to whatever I want to change it to. You'll see here in the bottom, it changes. I'm just going here to change it right there. So I want to come here and do this, right? We'll go to here, triplets, or back to 16th notes. Or here. Or we'll go to here. But it goes right back to 16th notes. That's a cool way to test out a pattern and see if you like it and see what time correction you want to use when creating your beat.